and Project Close by Miles Biermeyer, National American University Online. Close procurement. The PMBOK describes closed procurement as the process of completing each procurement. This means that everything that was procured is settled with vendors or anyone else involved in each procurement process. A procurement is completed when the contract or obligations reach their end, or when a contract is terminated early without completing the work. Many projects involve different procurement processes, which may also include different vendors. A project manager must close each project individually. On occasion, projects can be completed without outside procurement, which means there will be no closure process outside the project. Procurement techniques. Two common techniques that project managers can utilize while conducting the closed procurement process are dispute resolution and procurement audits. Dispute resolution is useful when there is a disagreement with vendors. Vendors may try to bill for additional services or products more than what was ordered, and it creates a billing dispute. Being able to resolve this dispute is a key part of the closed procurement process. Procurement audits are another useful technique. It is a formal review of each individual procurement process that was used in the project. The purpose of this is to identify issues that can be avoided in the future. The other purpose is to see what worked well, so it can be utilized in the future. Establishing consistent procurement policies and procedures enables a small business to align its buying strategy to its long-term goals and objectives. Closed procurement inputs. Another step within the closed procurement process is to close the procurement inputs. Procurement inputs are anything that was utilized by the organization which the organization already possessed. Common examples of this are documents, the risk register, and other assets as well, such as office equipment like computers or other hardware, tools like screwdrivers or hammers, and vehicles like forklifts or cars. Returning all of these assets to the company is a critical step in the closed procurement process. Closed procurement outputs. Closed procurement outputs are another key part of this closure process. All the vendors that materials or service were purchased from need to be paid. Occasionally, there will be disputes which need to be resolved. Documenting everything that was purchased, who was purchased from, and for how much. Another key portion in this step is to write performance evaluations for vendors. This was when another project begins. The best vendors can be selected first. These portions of the closed procurement outputs are critical to the success of the process. It is important. Closure procurement is very important because everyone that was involved in the project wants to be paid for their services or goods that they contributed to the project. Everyone wants to get paid. The sooner this step is completed in project closure, the better. Others may be waiting to finalize their documents until payment is received. Project close cannot be completed until closed procurement is completed. Closed procurement is a key part of project closure and cannot be overlooked. The PMBOK asserts that the closed project phase is the phase designed for finalizing all activities that encompass all of the project management process groups to formally complete the phase. The project has not come to an end until it is formally closed by finalizing this phase. All the deliverables of the project must be delivered, all the team members are released from the project, every single aspect must be completed before a project can come to a formal close. The closed procurement process must be completed before the project can come to a close. Closed project versus closed procurement. They may seem like they are the same, but they have distinct differences. The purposes that they are designed to satisfy are very different. It is important to understand that closed procurement and closed project are two different things. While they both may consist of finalizing aspects of the project, there are some distinct differences among them. The very purposes that each process is designed to serve have their differences. The closed procurement process belongs to the procurement knowledge group. The closed process group belongs to the project integration knowledge group. The outputs of the closed procurement process is the closure of the procurement process. The output of the closed project process is the final product or service and the closure of all the other process groups. Steps in closing a project. There are several main steps in the project closure phase. They do not have to be completed in this order, but it is highly recommended that celebrations are held off until everything else has been completed. The project manager needs to complete contract closures and verify the project scope requirements. Acceptance must be gained from stakeholders about the quality of the deliverables. Performance reviews on team members, vendors, stakeholders, and everyone else involved in the project need to be submitted. All the project data needs to be indexed and archived for future use. The lessons learned by the project managers should be recorded to better overcome future obstacles. Finally, the deliverables can be delivered to the stakeholders. Then only one thing remains: celebrate. End of a project. Unlike an operational process, a project has a finished start and end. Every project has a defined end. Reaching that end correctly is the job of every project manager. There are a lot of steps in closing a project, and each one must be completed successfully for a project to end successfully. Even if a project is aborted, it still needs to be closed. Closing a project does not always mean that the project was a success. Why closing a project is important. Everything that went into the project is all directed to this moment. From the very beginning of the project, everything that has gone into it is all designed to get the project through the closure phase. The pros and cons of choices that were made during the course of the project are a key aspect which enables the project manager to grow as a project leader. It also enables them to be more successful project managers. Closing a project is very important and should not be overlooked. These are the references that were used to construct this assignment. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch my video. Thank you for watching.